thank you for attending the Hawken Classic. It's a big undertaking, and I'm Greg Roberts. I'm the current owner of the Hawken shop and continuing the endeavor that started in St. Louis as early as 1818. Samuel and Jacob Hawken brothers were actually recognized on the tax rolls in St. Louis in 1825, so we're building up to 2025 and the 200th anniversary. We have the shooting event that we're doing. We're going to leave here shortly, and we're going to go down and shoot 4 Virgin Hawken rifles that Bob Woodfill built. And the original Hawken rifle, the shooting's down there. So I'm going to be really brief. If you want to know anything about how the Hawken shop got from St. Louis in 1825 out to Oak Harbor, Washington today, come see us in the Carpenter's building, and we can have a gab session about it. So I'm not trying to blow you off, but we've got a few things to do to get to the shoot. One of the most important parts of the Hawken history, the current Hawken history, is the rejuvenation or the resurrection of the Hawken Brothers shop in the late I keep saying 1860s because the guy I'm going to introduce is really old. But anyway, in the 1960s, late 1960s, Art Ressel reopened the Hawken shop. The timing was fantastic. Art bought the Gemmer estate, which owned the Hawken company name. John Baird started coming out with his books about the Hawken rifle. Thompson Center grabbed a name out of the air to call their half-stock rifle. They called it a Hawken. And then the movie Jeremiah Johnson came out. So all of this tied together really brought Hawken to the forefront, and it made the history, it's very valuable history anyway, to make people interested in it as you folks are, and I appreciate that. So here comes the case of 4 rifles that we're going to go down and shoot. So I'll cut it off here. I'm going to give this to Art Ressel again. He's the guru of Hawken from either 18 or 1960. It just depends. So Art, you want to come up?
You want to open it right now?
Yeah, I'll wait here. He's going to wait till he's going to wait on this track.
Oh, wait, okay.
Just loosen it.
Oh, sorry, Greg. It's all right. I'm turning it over to Art now.
Yep. Is this on loud so can you hear me? Yeah, this is my last hurrah, so I want it to be a loud one, and I want you all to be able to hear it. I, by accident, stumbled into the Hawken shop, primarily because it was antique arms appraisers before it was the Hawken shop. And we dealt in Civil War guns and guns of the period and all kinds of artifacts and things like that. And when I bought my first Hawken rifle from an antique dealer in St. Louis for $1,000 and 8 beads for a week, why, I thought that was the prettiest thing I had ever seen. So I bought and sold a few other Hawken rifles and Gemmers and Demics. Then I thought, boy, we ought to make this because Thompson Center and everybody else is making a Hawken rifle. And I thought, boy, look at those guys. They're all fighting for cheap. I can't build one that cheap. I got to do something else. So we'll fight to make the most expensive, which we really did. And the gun that we make, and I don't know whether Greg mentioned slightly to it, that Hawken is almost a generic name because there were so many different styles of Hawken rifles. If you wanted a scroll rifle, it wasn't a plain rifle. Or if you wanted a rifle to over the log, it was a hell of a lot heavier and longer and so forth. So there are different guns that will fall under the Hawken name, but the one that I passed on to Greg is the plain rifle. It's the tail end of the fur trade and the beginning of the buffalo hunter. And those guns only were built basically in one style, and that's the plain rifle, and that's the one, that's the classic Hawken rifle most people think. Now, it seems silly sometimes to fall in love with an inanimate object. And a lot of you can't understand that, but I know the few of you that do. It might be the women that are thinking about a little black dress or maybe one of Grandma's brooches. And the fellows are thinking about their truck or their boat. I fell in love with the Hawken rifle. It was a thing of beauty and a joy forever. And it helped me a little financially too. But after I had sold the shop in several years, it actually sold my collection of guns, heck of when I sold my shop, and I got to thinking about the guns, and I had the one that I have, which is Old Thunder, and it's down at the shop, and all of you can come down and take a look at it. It's not an original, it's the prototype of the very first gun that was built by Keith Neubauer, our gunsmith there. And it's a super gun. But I've ridden it hard and put it away wet, so it's got a lot of character to it now. But at that time, and later on, I got to thinking back about my life and about things like that. And being an English major and loving poetry and things like that, I thought, man, somebody would write a poem about that gun. Because I had in my mind a moving picture that should be done. And I won't go into the way that would have been. But I sat down and took a pen, and it was no trouble at all, because the words just flowed right off of that pen. And I love it, and I apologize if I choke up at the end, because I always do. I read it almost like my life, because when I look back, a lot of these things happened for different occasions, but basically it was just me. So hold your ears if you have to. Here it goes. The title is Old Thunder and Me. It's the saga of a Hawken rifle. And it says, and the reason I brought this, and I know it by heart, but I know that I'd have stage fright and screw it up, so when once I got my mind on it and figured where it's at, I kicked the traces of the east with just my coat and hat. I heeded Horace Greeley's words, because truly they seemed best, and set my feet ahead towards the gateway to the west. Now when I hit St. Louis down, I didn't spare a cent to outfit with the very best, because I was sure hell bent to be the best darn mountain man to ever bear that name. So to the Hawken gun shop with Chile I came. Their rifle's reputation was a legend all its own, a gun so true and sturdy, sure the finest ever known. So rugged and so beautiful, the best that they could make was that big bore half-stop catlock, made for me by Sam and Jake. It took me barely but a week of working every way to learn that rifle in and out, because sure enough someday I'd call upon that talent in some moment of true strife, and there'd have to be that knowledge if she were to save my life. Her happy voice in times of fun would crack a cheerful sound, but her words of fear or anger would shake the very ground. Half an inch and then some was the measure of her bore. Just to face that awesome cavern would have chilled me to the core. Now I perceived a friend so true should surely have a name, a title that would tell the world that she was far from tame. Old Thunder. Sure, that fit her fine. She'd answer to that call. Old Thunder will do very well, and lightning is the ball. The years were hard, but good to us. I guess we shared God's grace, because many times I nearly saw the old Grim Reaper's face. And more than once we cheated death or evened up a score by some help from the Almighty, or Old Thunder's mighty roar. And now my time for hunting's past. My eyes are growing weak. My voice once loud to laugh, and is just a whisper when I speak. The world no longer knows us, Old Thunder and her friend, and I fear the times we once knew have come sadly to an end. I don't regret the things I've done, and Lord knows that's a heap. And I sure ain't going to ask for much. I've always earned my keep. So please, dear God, do grant me when I hear the angel's song and face the happy hunting ground, let Old Thunder come along.
I think that's kind of says it all about Art and his part of the Hawken history. If you didn't get enough of that, come down to the carpenter shop. I'm sure Art will be happy to tell you many more tall tales. So I'm going to turn this over now to Bob Woodfill. Bob has been involved in Hawken rifles for probably 60 years. He's a prolific writer. You've probably seen him in muzzle blasts. He has built 4 rifles, put them in a historically correct shipping container. It's going to be taken down to the range. We're going to have a little shooting match down there. So I'm going to let Bob explain what we're up to there. And again, we're down in the carpenter shop if you need any more more information and wanted to shoot the bull, look at what the Hawken shop has to offer today. And again, thank you so much for your interest in Hawken and showing up here.
Thank you, Greg. I'm just honored to be on this platform with Art had to go talk to somebody, but with these two men, Art started it back in the 60s, and Greg is continuing it on with what he's making now. And I guess I kind of fit in between. I went to Friendship as a sophomore in high school. I was down there looking around, and these crazy guys from St. Louis came that had these great big heavy barrel guns. And they told stories better than anybody. And I was just attracted, and I said, I'm going home and build one. But I got to know the early guys, the Bill Largents, the Bob Rollers, and all those. In this box, we have 4 Hawken rifles, or S. Hawken rifles. It'd be of a period of 1850, okay? The parts that I used are from the original Hawken shop. When Art owned it here in St. Louis, I bought 4 kits, and I was a gunsmith in those days, and I set them aside, I'm gonna make 4 rifles. Well, I ended up getting a real job. As any of you gunsmiths know, that ain't a real job. But I ended up getting a real job, and 50 years passed. And then we had the announcement of the Hawken Classic, and I said, that is what I'm going to do. So I made 4 identical Hawkens, 50, 54, 58, and 62. And then I got a master craftsman to make this original box with the corners and everything. We antiqued it a little bit. What is important here is I want to tell you that even though the Hawken shop back in the 1840s and 50s was located here in St. Louis, the mountain men and the frontiersmen really didn't come back to St. Louis to get their guns. What happened was the Hawken shop and the other competitors, there were other competitors, Henry and people like this, they put guns in boxes. There were sometimes 4 to 8 guns in a box, and they shipped them out to the frontier post. Now the frontier post would be starting in the north, it would be Fort Laramie in Wyoming country. Coming south, there was one in the upper Missouri, and actually a lot of them went to Fort Bend on the Santa Fe Trail. They were early ones. We have records, or I quote records from Mr. Hansen, in which this started actually in the 1830s. There were Hawkens created and sent to Fort Bend in the 1830s, 40s, and even 50s up to Fort Laramie. When they went to the fort, they didn't go to the fort per se, that was just the address. There were many dealers located around the fort, and the dealers would order, they'd take them. Jim Bridger come by, he bought one at Fort Laramie. It's the one he took on his last expedition up into Virginia City. So what we're going to do, we thought there's going to be a lot of nice guns here, and quite a crowd of knowledgeable people, but we're going to shoot. These guns are made to shoot. So I designed a little contest in which we're going to take these 4 guns out, and we're going to give them to 4 members of the Gamer Gun Club who have been selected, and they're going to shoot the guns. Now, they don't know what caliber they're getting or anything, but I have a little bag in here with the proper diameter balls, patches, and all that. I'm going to give them with a wiping rod. And if you want to see a wiping rod and what it was used for, besides wiping it, go look at David Wright. There, he just stumbled out of the thing. Of his painting, he made a special painting for this, and the frontiersman is shooting off a wiping rod. Do you know what a wiping rod? Okay, the Hawken shop gave wiping rods and cross sticks, oftentimes with their rifles when they're sold. So we're just trying to replicate a history that happened, have a little action, get a little black powder on your hands, get some smoke, and what's going to happen, they're going to shoot 5 shots in an hour. They got plenty of time, but they got to foul the gun, and they can shoot a cider target. target. There's one of my shooters right there. There's two of them standing back there, and there's a fourth one here somewhere. Oh, there it is, okay. And they're going to shoot these targets offhand, loading from their pouch at 50 yards offhand. And then we're going to collect the targets at the end and score them. We'll let them score them, I trust them. And then they're going to be posted eventually in the Hawken shop down here. That means you got to come by, look at the targets, buy a book, buy a rifle, all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a little action. Timing may not be exactly right. We want to do this before it rains. So we are going to adjourn from here now. I'll give this back to Greg. He may have something to say. We're going to go to the rifle range. The four gentlemen are going to transport this crate down to the rifle range. When they get down there, they're going to haul me because I can't walk. And down there, I'm going to hand them a rifle. I'm going to hand them all the components they need, and they're going to go shoot. And this is the way it had been in the old days, so we're really going to have fun. And I look forward to it, and I hope all you guys look forward to it, and we look forward to making this event bigger and better. This is the first year, and yeah, we've got a nice crowd, but we want to make this bigger and better. So all you guys, come and talk to us. If you don't like anything, tell Bob Boyd. I'll take the good compliments, he can take the criticisms, and we'll go from there. Oh, I have to mention, I have my new shirt on, and I had a button right here. I couldn't button because I don't have a feeling in my fingers. And I asked several of the guys if they'd button it. No, they wouldn't button it for me. So finally, Connie said she dressed me this morning, and she buttoned my shirt. And so I'm ready to go, and with that, I'll get out of here. Okay, Greg.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Bob mentioned a book, and down in the carpenter's shop, where the Hawken shop is located for this event, Bob wrote a wonderful book called The Hawken Rifle, its evolution from, what, 1822 to 1870. We've got copies of the book down there. They're just a wealth of information about Hawken rifle and the history and stuff. Bob says for only a few dollars extra, he'd sign one for you if you buy it. So come on down and see us, and with that, I'm going to adjourn and hope to see you all down on the range. Are there any questions? Easy questions? Cool, thank you. All right, you left me off the hook, so we'll see you down there.
Oh, you need to tell them about the award. Wait a minute.
So once this shooting event is over, the Hawken shop has 4 little custom medallions that we're going to award to each shooter that's participating in this. Now there's a gold one and a silver one and a bronze one and a copper one. If these guys want to make it a competition, we'll go in that Olympic order. If they just want to choose which one they want, we'll let them do that too. So, thank you.
Thank you. Shooters, come and get this box and put it in. I can't carry it.
Thank you for your postings, so timely. Really cool to go on, I have no service here.
Yeah.
You know, last night when I got home, I'm like, holy crap, this is wonderful.
Yeah, I've been taking pictures as I can, and then when I get back to my campsite away from here, I do the same. I start posting stuff.
Yeah, I can't commend you enough. I know you were left with 90% of the responsibility, and I just
Thank you, I appreciate it.
can't commend you enough for it. So,
I'm glad it's working out good.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Hopefully the weather will work for us.
I'm from Washington. This is great weather.
Yes, I am.
I'm Kerry Ireland. These were clean this morning.
Oh, okay.
I share a lot of your stuff. Yeah, it's not bad. I didn't share much of this, but I'm having a hard time doing in there. But, yeah, this has been great.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. So where are you from again?
Fort Tassanog up in northwestern Indiana.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to Indiana Thursday for friendship. Yeah. I'm going over there. I'm taking a couple classes there. Oh, not too late. 10, 11, 10 o'clock
Well,
like we
how
went in.
often can you look in a box and see four guys?
Whose glasses and cameras?
That's mine.
Do you want to put them in the front seat so no one steps on them?
Oh, okay.
I'll do it for you.
I can't reach
I
that.
got it.
I got them all hooked together. Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, put it in. Is there any way we can set this down here or something? Just that's on here land that. Yeah, but no, we gotta have it over here. Okay, let's push it. Sorry? Oh, take all the pictures you want. Come look in here, take pictures, do whatever you want. It takes me a minute to get started. Everybody get I want to see it.
Hey, Mike, if they're shooting their own gun, they need to come down here.
Okay. Going on to myself, I got your book at home and I forgot to bring it.
We'll bring it tomorrow.
I'm not going home tonight.
Oh, I thought you were local here.
I am local, but I'm not going home tonight.
Oh, okay. Send your girlfriend home.
She don't want to come out here. And my wife doesn't want to find out about her.
Well, whatever.
Anyway,
You need to say fire in the hole.
what do we got here? We got those four.
Somebody had a knife. We can cut those green things off because I don't think. No, not allowed to do it.
Not allowed to do it.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to bother our shooters or not, but
They're
they're on the back.
They're on the back.
They're on the back.
They're on the scroll.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Everybody kind of around here. Oh, there they are. Okay. I just want to say about 3 words here. With the shoot tonight, I'm going to hand out the rifles just randomly. Are you shooting for 18 again? Look, they're to shoot down there. They can score them, and then Greg can, give them some awards up there, first, second, third, and fourth, at the pavilion after bid. So we like it. I like to be right now in Laramie, Wyoming, and it could be snowing and blowing like hell. I lived in Wyoming for 10 years, so I know what it's like. Okay. How many way? Beaver pelt. No, it takes
St. Louis prices are mountain prices.
it takes 3 ponies and 2 squaws. Okay, my shooters. I know we got one right here. I'll hand him a rifle. Okay, now let me get your stuff here. I'm old and I can't read very good, but I've got to give you the right caliber. All right. Okay, 54. You've got 15 balls to play with, lots of patches, and lots of wiping. Okay, now, just a second. I've got a wiping rod for you. Wiping. Oh, yeah.
Bob, you want to use this table? Take our guns off of it. We'll just lay them up here.
I'm going to use those paper targets as cider targets.
Oh, I know, but I mean, to load that thing with.
Actually, that's loaded. That's probably, so that's going to be a 54. There's your 54.
Yeah, this is a 54.
Check that in, make sure it's okay, you're all set. Next. Okay. Okay. Where's another shoe? Okay, come here, Art.
Take Pete, did you get a good picture?
They're just regular caps. You got caps?
Harry, come here.
But you,
With your
58.
muzzle.
Give you a wiping rod. There's your wiping rod. Get on at 50 yards.
they're the same cap.
We'll make it private. We'll make it private. Maybe.
Hang on. That is too heavy.
Good. Here, Joker. You ready?
That's your nickname now.
You want Joker? You want a bigger or little? Bigger or little, doesn't matter. Bigger or little, doesn't make any difference. There's the 50. There's the 50.
It's not fair at all, is
This
it?
is the wiper rod. And there are your components.
Because that's what I shoot all the time is a 54, so it's not even fair.
What do you have?
54.
Get him, Joker.
That is Pearl Maple Smith. How about his inlay?
Oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. Guess what? 62. What do you end up with? 62 caliber.
Ooh, that means there's less metal in there or whatever.
I don't have full charge. You don't need a full charge. You only need about 75, 80 grains of 2F. Okay. There we are. We're off and going. Brought this. Nobody's going to dry seed a ball, are they? But I got a worm and all that.
We've got to see. We got to
have no idea. It's got a 5-foot barrel.
Okay, you're mom. Okay,
Everybody have to close their eyes when you use it.
Okay.
So what are we loaded at?
Okay.
Yeah, this is a standard for a Hawk.
Taking that metal down there.
75?
2X. What do you
54.
54 at
70
grades. 70 grades. Oh, yeah. Okay, gentlemen. I'm in your hands. You got to bring me some good targets. I'm going down and watch.
What's it going to be? Are you going to have paper targets you just sign in?
Yeah, we're going to sign in first.
How many
guys want to do?
But he was sick.
That's up to you. You've got 15 balls.
5 for competition.
5 for competition.
So we'll shoot 3 silent targets, we'll close the range, and put new targets out. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I got my orange vest right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm getting my camera and go down and watch.
60 grains in the this is her turn.
60 grains. Oh, here comes some more.
Maybe we don't want to be too close.
What you have.
I got some over there if you want to load them. Here, folks. Give me yours. Thank you very much.
No, when he jump kicked. Oh.
Yeah, well, they make them, and I didn't know that.
Right here. That's it right there.
Those Hawkens are made to shoot off your bicycle.
I got one to start fire with.
Yeah, it does.
I always brought my own.
Thick as that is, boy. I'm down.
High spot to stand on.
Yeah.
Still does have a squirrel rifle. Put it off the bench, open the sight, 40 caliber or less. So everybody has 40 caliber. Yeah. So it's pretty popular. Yeah. This is my first 40.
Hey, Drew, I got a pound of it right by my shooting box. And,
There's some 3 out there, so national powder is in there. Yeah, 3
You're not getting your feet wet, are you?
Bob?
What do you got?
2 up in the metal can and 2 up in
The other one. It's in the box. Maybe it's in the box.
thought you just sold next Tuesday.
Right there. That's it. That's Tom's powder.
Whereas the others,
That's
they
homemade.
want
That's
That'd
that
be
homemade.
cool.
I mean,
That'd be cool when you found powder.
We don't know how explosive it is.
Yeah.
grew up in Ohio, there was squirrel My father bought for a friend a 28 caliber.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Hey, we're gonna have to take the tents down. We're gonna have to take the lid off. They're gonna blow away.
Oh, it's lifting up now.
What's up, Jim?
Hey, nothing. I'm just enjoying life.
And they had the squirrel rifle brigade. And they
framework.
300,000 people in Indiana and Ohio came everywhere with their squirrel rifles to man the trenches along with the army. That shows you how many there were. Of course, it scared the Southerners off. Because the 32 caliber will shoot you just as ball in the head as any ball.
Let me know when you're going back to the camp.
Okay.
I'm going to take up residence on one of these.
Okay. I'm in that black one right next. I'm over there on that one, but I will let you know.
Okay.
I was hoping.
Now be careful because that trailer hitch is really uncomfortable to sit on.
Any port in the storm.
Let's take these covers.
Try to fold it in half if we can. One more time.
Oh, I didn't bring the box of worms. Anybody got a worm? On the end of the rod.
Want me to roll from this end too?
Yeah.
Hold it till he shoots.
We need a big rainstorm. Thank you.
Is that rod ready?
I want to take that one off too, huh?
All right, range is closed.
Hey, Rick. I did put the orange hats in Art's truck last night.
Range is closed, please.
I got a hot gun.
Hang on, we got a hot one.
Huh?
We got a hot one.
Go ahead, Jim, or hold it.
Hang on, let them guys get out of the range.
I'm full of promise.
Hold it up.
I'm full of promise.
They only had a woman hold it correctly.
Where's the drill team? Where's the color guard?
I was waiting for her to try one.
I just got excited.
Say range is closed.
Have you shot any at all?
Yeah.
You hit them all?
Yeah.
We'll open the range.
I will admit so. I got a couple of butt shot buffalo over there.
Okay.
Range is open.
Yeah, Tom.
What?
Range is open.
You want to shut it down right after that? After that cue?
Where do we start on the range? Mike, here? Work our way down.
Hang on here, I got to get an opinion from the range officer. Where can you start shooting, Rick?
We just the common people?
Yeah.
We're down here.
Well, I'm not all the common, but
You know where Killian is?
range is open.
Yeah. You get down there with Killian and
Okay.
join up there.
Mark's going to film me. He'll bring back later, can he? Okay. Need it.
At this point, no, we've got a discharge. We got a CO2 discharger here.
There's everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, you guys,
I'll tell you, Bob, I've shot 3 times. Y'all want somebody want to step? Go for it, man. Go for it.
I'm going to take the best scoring target anyway, so.
Welcome to Mudville.
Woodfill.
it is that.
Yeah. That time I got the buffalo too.
I will need that.
Hey, if that rifle stands in your way, partner, you pull it up and move it out of the way. See, he's actually dressed the car. Yeah. I recognize that bag. I wonder where that came from.
They are pretty recognizable. Not too many people do that kind of work.
No, sir.
What about this? Plastic in there.
My daughter's.
I do that. I dig it out.
That way you know most of the time that's the rain, I'll go and walk and pick up. If you want to, it doesn't matter. We would get wasn't no doubt about that one.
Got that one. Remember him, Bob? Remember him at the club? The tall one? He still wants to get in, but he's been so damn busy that he
Oh, really?
hasn't had a chance.
Oh, okay.
No. You mean Brad?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This guy's standing there in his coveralls.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was trying to think of, is that young guy that hurt him out?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I don't remember offhand. Can't remember.
That's his gun he shot right there. He's a funner.
Yeah, I think it looks like the same guy. When you said that about the funner, I looked at his bag.
I have no idea who made it
Like his
or when
bag.
it was made. I bought it at a muzzleloader shop. It's heavy. Most of my guns,
you guys got enough patches?
Most of my guns, I don't even have a patch box.
No, I mean cleaning patches.
They're either plain brass
Well, they're more than that.
or brown punches.
Okay.
I don't even have a nose cap. It's the wood nice and smooth. Most of mine are very plain.
I'll put 110 grains in it.
Because my people, when they went to Texas, they didn't have a lot of money. And then, they didn't have a lot of money at all. So, as a matter of fact, one of the rifles on my cousin's side, it must have been in the white, because it was never brown. It had a nice brown. stop this on the song. They had a dimmer, but it was full stop.
Got a lot of people
Yeah, that
public
worked for you,
shoot.
I guess. It was
Yeah,
perfect, you know?
I think so.
I picked the best one out. Put it in
What's the twist rate in the barrel?
Bob, you got a lot of pilot air going.
Oh, it's all equal. At first, it's all equal. I don't see any
They're waiting till after the storm.
I'm sorry?
They're waiting till after the storm.
What storm?
The one that's coming.
Right, there's going to be no storm.
This is the official Hawken Classic. We ordered from the good Lord some nice weather, and he's going to give us what he wants, right? That's the way I look at it. I sure had a lot of fun doing this over last year. I worked my butt off making those rifles. This club has been really nice to me and helpful, and space suggests what we've done. And we're just hopeful that we got to start this year. Fix my camera here. Yeah, I know. You can't get that out, can you? Big guys have done that.
Might sink just about down the right way.
Okay, there's firmer ground up there.
This ground is not chair friendly.
Okay, there we go. Well, I need a spot for these guys.
You doing?
Find any old place there. I want to.
Yeah, this is 3. We're just going to take 3. Third practice. Oh, he's a third party.
I just compensate for it myself.
Imagine falling his ass.
Yeah. That chair has a bar across the back, so I don't think it'll go any deeper than that. It might though. Push hard enough.
Is he in trouble with his nipple?
You have powder in that sucker, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
But he wetted it.
I'm sorry. No apology.
Like the old flash bulb used to use on the cameras. saw a grass swat.
Cut the 9 ring.
I don't think I had them. I don't think I seeded it. I got them really.
I don't know. I heard this from the guys in the Parks Department, but that berm that's back there, they put that berm in, the Parks people did. I want to say they said they spent like 25 grand having that berm put in. I guess maybe they went at it.
That's for night shooting.
It glows at night, yeah.
It snapped. 3 more now. It was snapped.
Bob, I had no idea you could just bullshit.
No.
Different camps.
It's that coil spring in the lock.
That's the way it is. I wouldn't worry about it.
You need some happy caps.
Yeah. So I turned down, but I ordered 3 back because they're oversized threads, and I made sure the
Don't worry, the nipple master's out there.
I can use Remington caps really well. CCI wouldn't push on until the second. Where the hell you can find a Remington cap? Good.
Shots, that's what I want to do.
Put powder in.
Okay, the cap going out.
Yeah, that snaps.
Not very long. Starts going up.
You get a hammer and bang that hammer a little.
Use these musket caps.
What do you need?
Okay, guys, I'm headed back to Fix it up. I wanted to see how she got. 10 to 6.
You got one coming. Waiting for him to just go. Well, somebody knows how to cap a rifle.
You hear that about that bird in the last shot? They're right there. You're right.
Hey, I don't want to talk like that.
What are they doing? Shooting 2 targets with 5 shots each?
No, each one gets. No, they change. Yeah. And so far he's got a 9 and maybe a 10 on the second rifle.
No, you're right. It does not. Some people are not real smart though. Oh, well, no.
We got. I think Carl's shooting the last one. Carl's up. I got a 9.
How many shots do they have?
5. They 3 practice and 5 real ones.
First time I've got my boxes wet this week.
all shoots and turns around will do the wave.
Flip's about shot. Didn't score 3 times in a row. I didn't want to mess with this one. Just snapped it a little bit.
Yeah, he's on the line of 6, on the edge.
Hmm?
He's over here on the edge of the paper at 6.
Hmm. Well, he's back to the copper.
Don't worry about it. I'm getting it broke in.
My regular street glasses are exercise focused, but I'm just looking over the So when I look down, I know it's
You open it? Yeah.
For this kind of thing, I just take these off. I did it whenever I was doing it. Guys, you have a good day, and I'm
The boys got side bets evidently.
I don't know, is there a single dry spot to walk up the hill?
Sand duels for most of
Deep
the
as the grass gets higher, the water gets deeper. Okay, thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks again for bringing the firewood.
Oh, you're quite welcome. It appears that I brought more than we needed.
Yeah. I
Because
know that
we were debating on how much we need, and I said, you tell me how many camps were possible.
there's a lot of camps over there that are empty.
Yeah. And I brought 3 cords, which was way more than for the amount of camps we got here.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get a big pile of wood. I
We
do
all-
not want it back.
I'm going to take a little bit of my truck. What I can
Go for it. Go for it. It needs to dry out. It's kind of wet right now.
Yeah.
So I got some of them. I brought some with me, and it gets kind of smoky. It burns good once it gets started, but it's smoky to start with.
Yeah.
That's red oak. I cut that tree down 1.5 years ago. I got 78 acres that was on my property, and we chunked it up, but we didn't never split it. I told one of the guys I know, I said, come over and help me split this for this event. Which wasn't that long. We were about 6 hours.
I think I messed that one up.
And I got a 27,000 pound splitter. So. But I'll tell you what, when I split some of that, even 27,000 pounds, it was going, holy crap, that's hard. I had some ash, but I was kind of hesitant. It was green, not green, but greener. That's seasoned for 1.5 years already. See you later, guys.
Take care. Okay. Nobody
We'll see you later.
About yet.
Huh? Well, hell no. I mean, you got wood to start a fire with. I always brought my own if it was. If I go over to Illinois, I can get but sometimes they ask if they don't have it.
Yeah.
Next. Yes, out there. Go ahead, Joker.
You better show a follow on that one.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of 10s, a couple of 9s. It was about a 9, between a 9 and an 8.
That was a patch, I guess. That's what I was thinking.
That was a hammer.
That didn't-
See if he gets it.
Oh, it went.
Got another one in the 8s, I think.
Four bucks.
Look at there's 2 now up at 12 o'clock. There's 2 up at 12 now.
Mm-hmm. There's one here, right above the 9 number, and then one is that one below it in the line between
I
the
think
9
so. I
and the
think
8.
there's 4 of them there, I think.
Yeah, so that's 4.
Real good.
And then Drew is shooting the first one, or not?
No, he's shooting the last one. Well,
That one over there. Yeah, the fourth one. If I did it from left to right, the way you're supposed to.
We'll go left to
Yeah,
right.
if I would do it that way.
Well, they finally called her.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I'll be here tomorrow.
We need you here. What are
My
we gonna
daughter
do?
needs me more than that.
What are we gonna do?
All she wants to do is sleep.
Well, that's fine. I think it's my responsibility to go see her before she gets out of there.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Don't need to be there during it, but
Oh, I see where Bob's at. There's 4 right in a row there now. It's a nice one. Yeah.
well, I can't even see that. Oh,
You should see.
Bob's.
Yeah, Bob's got a nice one.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got $5 saying about it.
Alright, I guess I better get back down there.
You want to see when it? I'll move it over here just a second. You can see his shot. Oh,
He had one just pop.
okay. Well, I'll just move it over
As a
there.
range officer, you're going to teach these guys how to load these guns in our club meeting.
They don't know by now, they never will.
There you go.
Oh, shit. Yeah. 2 10s and 2 9s.
Was that Bob's?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm recording this, so.
Don't say shit.
Oh. Great done.
YouTube, I have to classify this not for children.
I'll go 200. I'll give him for one of those.
For a week, for the rest of your life.
The rest of my life.
Why is he?
This is his 4th shot. Yeah.
Doing something with it. See where it went.
You want that one, Joker? You want that one? I don't know. The 9. The 9, I'll take it.
There you go.
Right beside that other 9.
Yeah, it's right down there at the bottom.
Okay. Oh yeah. There's 2 of them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a guy yesterday at our table, and I had that.
Ooh, it was about a 10 almost, right on the edge. Good one, Carl.
Oh yeah. That hit the 10 line.
Mm-hmm. Nice, Carl.
How you doing? Ready to ride up?
You probably weren't expecting that.
Looks like that whole area out there probably does.
Yeah.
There's still.
Let's see what we got here.
Tile or something could be done out here. Not necessarily do. Yeah, not necessarily do the whole thing.
Got a 10 that side.
Yep. Oh, we got a 10.
Oh, that guy killed me.
There's a 10.
You do it?
All this time I'm thinking this was somebody shot from the hole.
That looks like 49 to me. Depends on how you're scoring.
No, there's center of the ball.
Center 36.
86. I just see 48. So you're double. I get almost target to 48.
Makes me happy to see 62. And believe it or not, the 62 came in fourth, the 58 going down came in second, the 54 came in third, and the 50 came in fourth. And these gentlemen didn't know what caliber they're going to shoot. I handed them the proper balls and patches and all that. So I don't know if that's going to be a statistical thing that's going to remain, but all I can say is I hope I can shoot a 48 when I'm old too.
He's got a question for you.
It ain't bugging me, but are you still in St. Louis?
Yeah, there's that 48.
Hey, Bob, everybody's here.
Everybody's here. Okay, it's Greg. Greg has got the medals.
Are you guys still in St. Louis?
No.
No?
Oh, there he is. Okay.
No, we're in Oak Harbor, Washington now, whoever else.
I did.
Okay, now, Greg's up here. We're going to go ahead. I'll hold the mic and you can make the awards. And
Let me explain. Yes.
we're all farm boys. We don't work too good with all this computerized stuff. Okay, there you go.
So the medals for the 4 shooters are just a little keychain, Peter keychain. It's got Sam Hawkens' likeness and his name on the front with 1792 to 1884. That was the year he was born and the year he died. On the back, it says Hawken Classic, and the Hawken Shop logo is also on there. So we've got a gold, a silver, a bronze, and a copper. And I guess they decided to give them out the gold to the high score instead of just picking one. Okay, we'll do it that way.
Let's go gold for the high score, just like the Olympics, and argument here. And the gentleman who shot that come up and receive his medal, and we'll go from there. Okay, you first is
Drew.
There's Drew's target, which is a 48.
Drew.
Good job, Drew.
Yeah, good group.
Here you go. Congratulations. Did you wash your hands after you shot? Okay. All right. I'm not even going to attempt last names here.
Yeah, I'll take it down to your shop.
Yeah, the targets will be down in the carpenter shop where the Hawken shop is. You can look at them. So, second is
Art was running first place for a while, but you can see this one.
Drew took 20 extra minutes to get it done.
Now, on that last shot, Drew pushed me.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, Carl, thank you. All right, thanks. So a big thank you to these 4 guys that were brave enough to take guns and never shot before. And they stood up in front of the public and showed their mettle. So anyway, thank you. So anything more? Okay, well thank you folks.
We're going to get out of the way, go out here and do some personal photographs with the box here, with the 4 shooters, and we'll let the other guys go ahead.
All right, perfect.